Hi, my name is Sonny Bryant, and I represent myself, and I oppose HB 25. You may have seen my testimony for basically the same bill. I'm kind of famous now, but not for anything great like winning a spelling bee or the Houston Rodeo mutton bustin'. Instead, I'm known for being myself, publicly. Something I never wanted to do, something most kids don't have to think about. When I was 4, yes 4, I got the courage to tell my parents that they should have made me a girl. I was meant to be a girl. I love my mom and dad so much. Next to my brother, they're my best friends. They will do whatever it takes to make me safe. They won't stop, even if it means moving to another state that doesn't attack kids like me. Why are you attacking me? I'm really great. I have lots of friends, I love to read, and I love playing sports like baseball, soccer, and gymnastics. My teacher described me as the most studious and yet somehow the funniest kid in class. My mom has never been more proud because it's all she wanted out of us kids, to be smart and funny. I shouldn't be here right now. I should be in school. Wednesdays is Espanol and art, my favorite class. My first visit to the capital should have been on a school field trip, not defending my right to exist. But if I don't show up, you won't see the real stories. Kids like me whose futures will be crushed, opportunities taken away before I'm even given a chance to try. I think maybe you need more trans people in your life. Every time I meet trans kids and grown-ups, my heart grows. Don't be a Grinch. Let your heart grow. Please let me run as fast as I can, skin my knees sliding into home, and cheer for my teammates when they win. Let me play with girls because I am a girl. Vote no on HB 25.
Thank you, Sonny. And thank you. Sonny, real quick, if you would step back up to the microphone. I think your mom answered this question. I need to get you to answer, though. You are Sonny Bryant, and you are registered here representing yourself, correct?
Correct.
And you're against this bill. Is that right? Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Representative Johnson.
Thank you so much. Where do you get your courage or bravery?
I think from my heart.
I'm so proud of you. You are so amazing. And I loved it when you said, I'm known for being myself publicly.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Can I ask you one more question, if you don't mind? How does it make you feel that you keep being asked to come be yourself publicly here in the Capitol?
It feels... I just don't want to do it. Because coming back here just so I can exist doesn't make sense.
Thank you.
Sonny, thank you again for being with us today, okay? All right, so we're going to, at this time, we're going to call Mom up. Rebekah, we show you registered as Rebekah Bryant. You're here on behalf of yourself, and you are registered against the bill. Is that correct?
Yes.
Please proceed.
I'm Rebekah Bryant. I represent myself, and I'm here again to oppose HB 25. You just heard her speak. One of the few people in this room that will actually be affected by this bill. None of the people for this bill know a trans person, much less their own child, who will be cut off from the joy of playing sports and living a full life. We know moving your body helps combat depression, and children who are trans have a higher rate of depression because society doesn't accept them. You are shaping society right now. You are telling your fellow Texans how to treat their neighbor and deciding if it's okay for a Texan to discriminate. My child did not choose to be who she is. She just is. Her dad and I have done our best to create a world that is safe, kind, and free from the horror that is in front of us right now. Until April, she didn't know you existed. She didn't know there were people who wanted to harm her. Shame on you for taking a joyful child's innocence, for forcing her family to show her the evils that lurk in her future. It wasn't until this year that I spoke publicly about her and told her the truth, that there are people who want to limit her rights, who think she's unwell, and who think I should be jailed and she should be taken from my home for loving her for who she is. In response to the statement that there has been a rise in suicide calls from trans youth since the beginning of these debates, Senator Perry, who authored SB 3 and many other anti-trans bills, said, "As a 12th grade and under, I wasn't listening to Senate or House testimony. I don't know how these kids are getting the message that they need to be paying attention to a Senate hearing because it's going to impact them personally." That must have been nice for him. My 8-year-old child and my family have had that carefree life stripped from us. We have had to tell our children what's happening because one day they'll ask, why didn't we stop it? We all know the purpose of these bills. You only care about women's sports when you can weaponize it against trans women. It's time to move on. We won't give up. We will fight until there's no more fight. We are mothers, fathers, and children. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebekah. Members, any questions? Representative Johnson.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bryant, for being here. I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind answering, I've asked all the families and all the parents who have had the strength and the courage to come up and publicly be here. What kind of impact is this legislation and this process having on the well-being of your family and you?
It's multifaceted. There's a financial loss. I live in Houston. I have to come in at night early, book a hotel, and sometimes book a second night because we're here till 4 in the morning. It is incredibly emotional on both me and my husband, and obviously my child. I don't sleep. I lay awake at night thinking, what can I say? How can I show them that we're a real family? We didn't invent this. We don't want to be here. But how can I convince you? What can I say again? I've testified so many times now. It's hard to come up with something new that you're going to listen to this time. And honestly, Sunny has started having anxiety. This is a very happy, bubbly kid. Her teacher, like I said, she said, described her as the funniest kid in class. That is very true. She is sneaky. She likes to climb trees. She's mischievous, and now she has developed some tics, and those started in April. Those started on the first time I came to the Capitol. We've had her checked out, and as we stop talking about it in the home, it starts to subside, but now here we are again. After last time she testified, we went back to her hotel room at 1 in the morning. Her bedtime is 9 p.m., and she sat in the bed, and she started crying. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, why do so many people not like me? And I tell you, this child has never run into anybody in her life that didn't like her. And I said, of course I was taken aback, but I said, there are more people who support you, and there are more people who showed up today, like Ash and Gordy and Maya, and they're on your side. There are more people for you than against you. But she shouldn't have to ask me that.
Thank you and your family.
Thank you.